Hi, it's Lydia Gable with Compass, and I'm so excited to introduce one of our rising star agents with us today, Megan Selesky.
Happy to be here, thank you.
Megan joined us as a newly licensed, actually before you were actually licensed, and got licensed 20 months ago, right at the start of COVID, has just closed her 20th transaction with us. And I mean, what a rising star. And I thought it would be good to kind of talk about what your process is. There's a lot of new agents going into the field and what you can attribute your success to and what worked and everything like that. So
yeah, sounds good. So I think that the first thing that I did that was definitely a great decision for me was join a team. And I know. You're welcome.
I didn't pay her.
But I did do a lot of research. I talked to quite a few agents, different brokerages, and I think finding something that worked for me that aligned with my goals, somebody that had the same goals and saw the same future that I did, definitely was beneficial for the start of my career in this industry. The team that we have we all get along so well, and Lydia's found all of these amazing people to provide so much support for us to be successful, and it's really just made that much of a difference between even other agents. Some friends that I know that got started at the same time are not in the same place, and that's really so much thanks to this team.
Well, you are hungry, coachable, and humble.
Thank you.
So the fact is that you came to us, were introduced to us, and with your background, let's talk about what your background is.
Yeah, so I studied hospitality. I worked at the Four Seasons for a while. I was in management, and so I definitely come from a service-oriented background, and I think that that's helped me a ton in this industry. So that's an important point too. I mean, you think that real estate is so much sales, right? Oh, I'm gonna, close this deal and get a big check, and all I have to do is sell a house. Okay, but really, it's not. I mean, that's not what it is, and that's another thing too, is that real estate is not what I had expected it to be, and I think that those who have that service mindset, as opposed to the sales, which, don't get me wrong, sales super important. I mean, the master negotiator sitting right here. But it's, we serve our clients, we, serve other people in the industry. And if you have that mindset, I think that takes you quite a bit farther.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. The fact is that you came from a service business, so you understand customer service, because this is a customer service business. And yes, you can sell a house and do negotiation, but in the end, you have to stand out compared to the 3,000 other agents that person might know. And to be fair, everybody knows 4 or 5 realtors.
Right.
There are more realtors than there are houses that are being sold. So the fact is, you have to stand out in some way. So you came, and even before you were licensed, you started learning the process and learning the systems. There are systems to this, right?
Right. So many systems. And yeah, I mean, being able to go all in and fully commit to having this be my full-time job was also something I think was very important for me to do to begin with. I was trying to pick up shifts, bartending, and that kind of thing, but the second that I let go of all of that was when I became more committed to it and more committed to myself to be successful and be where I want to be and hit my goals. I know that that's another thing. A lot of agents are, doing part-time jobs and that kind of thing on the side, thinking that you can do both. But it's so important for us to be in the market every day, and there's so many things that we can be doing to better ourselves, learning. There's so much content out there, and when you commit to it, it really makes that much of a difference than not.
So that's that hungry, coachable. So on a day-to-day basis, when you say being in the market every day, what does that mean?
So it means updating myself on new listings, you know, looking at price reductions, what's back on the market, what's closed, you know, looking through different neighborhoods that my clients are interested in or could be interested in. You know, Conejo Valley is kind of wide, and, you know, I'm also in like Simi Valley, Moore Park. So being familiar with what's going on is super important. Previewing homes. Also, there's just so much information online and through our coaching system that we have resources, podcasts, you know, coaches that we listen to that have so much valuable advice, and, you know, other agents as well who've been successful in the business. So, you know, there's so many resources. I mean, and also just having conversations with other agents, what we're experiencing. I mean, I can say that every single transaction has taught me something different, and probably more than just one thing. I mean, it's crazy how much I learn every single day, and, you know, month over month, I even see a difference.
So you said some key takeaways. That is knowing the inventory, because it's not just going and opening a door.
Right.
And really, what we like to say is being a knowledge broker, right?
Local experts.
Local experts. So understanding days on market, understanding price reductions, understanding, you know, what neighborhoods are really selling, so that you can be of service, you already said that, to your clients, right? Which that's helped you become successful. And the fact is, you're always hungry to learn more information. And, you know, I've been in the business 16 years, and I'm always learning new information, right? The market's changing, the market's shifting. So the fact is that you came from the service, you're hungry, you're humble, and, you know, and you've already gotten referrals from your clients. So let's talk about kind of how you set yourself up to get referrals from those clients.
Gosh, I mean, I really like connecting with my clients. I love spending time with them and, you know, educating them on what's going on in the market so that they can make a better decision for themselves, right? I mean, this is a huge decision that somebody's making, and when you don't take that seriously, it shows. So, you know, helping guide them towards making the decision for them, and then just being of service, right? Being available. I mean, something that I would tell a new agent is you're going to have phone calls sometimes when you don't want to be on the phone. But being available and just, I mean, showing that you care and actually caring, being genuine and caring, I think has, you know, hopefully that's what people see, and that's what's helped me get those referrals.
Genuine, authentic. Right?
Yeah.
Helpful.
It's important.
Super, you know, sharing and service. Anything else that you want to share to your success?
No, I'm just super grateful to be here and to have experienced what I have, especially during, you know, all of this COVID craziness. And it's been crazy, but it's been awesome and more than what I expected. Much better.
So, look, rising star, nothing but a bright future, super bright future. If any of you are out there struggling, I think Megan would be available to have a conversation about what's helped her or what she listens to.
Absolutely.
Always sharing, and I think that's always super important too. And, you know, just so excited that you're part of our journey and that we get to see you grow and evolve, and it's so fun to watch you blossom.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and reach her numbers below. Reach out to her. She's a rock star. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Thank you.